Have you added intermittent fasting as part of your fat burning routine? Today, I'm going to talk about 2 reasons adding intermittent fasting is a great idea right now, and 1 reason you might want to wait. It always shocks me when I speak to clients who are finding amazing success with keto, but they still haven't added intermittent fasting to their routine yet because they believe skipping meals sounds scary. Now, even though I say yet, just know that there's no requirement to combine intermittent fasting with keto. Keto does a great job at bringing insulin levels down, and it could be enough to get results for many people without ever having to add additional tactics to lower insulin, like an intermittent fasting routine. But for so many others I work with, myself included, fasting is a great way to supercharge fat burning. Fasting also makes it easy to not be a slave to eating 3 meals each day plus snacks, which makes your busy life less busy. If you haven't added intermittent fasting yet, today we're going to chat about 2 reasons why now is a great time to add fasting to your day, and 1 big reason you should wait. Before I get started, let me know in the comments if intermittent fasting is already part of your lifestyle, or if you plan to ease into a plan after watching today's video. Reason number 1, money is tight. I don't want to mention the scary C word, but as much as I try to avoid the big old ball of stress that is the nightly news, I know unemployment numbers are up. If you even only fast through breakfast every day and wait to eat lunch as your first meal, you're saving up to 1/3 off your grocery bill since you're skipping an entire meal. And even though skipping a meal sounds scary for most people, it should sound less scary when you're following keto, since if you're following keto correctly, you're burning stored body fat. When you're able to unlock stored body fat to burn as your fuel source, you just don't feel as hungry as those who are still burning glucose as their main fuel source. If you're used to eating breakfast, just waking up and skipping it tomorrow might not work so well for you if you've never fasted before, both for physical and mental reasons. An easy way to start an easy fasting routine is to push your breakfast out a little bit each day. If you commonly shove food into your mouth the second your eyes open, maybe drink a glass of water or black coffee to tide you over and wait at least an hour before you eat. Once you get in the routine, you can push breakfast out even more. I have a video where I talk about how to start an easy 12-hour fasting routine. Be sure to check that out if you want more tips on getting started with intermittent fasting. Reason number 2, fasting can boost immune health. Speaking of the scary C word, or not, as I'm sure you're getting pretty sick of that word, but intermittent fasting is a great way to boost immune health. Adding intermittent fasting to your routine lowers white blood cell counts, and that triggers stem cell-based regeneration of new immune system cells. Even though that's a mouthful and it sounds complicated, just know it's a good thing because it's boosting your immunity. Plus, you get the added bonus of longevity, which means you might get to stay around this crazy world even longer. Many of the health benefits come with longer fasts, which, as we just talked about, you might not want to jump in right away. But start with that 12-12 fast and you'll be easing your way into longer fasts before you know it. Now that we talked about 2 reasons to add intermittent fasting to your routine right now, let's get to the number 1 reason adding intermittent fasting right now is a bad idea. Times are crazy and worldwide pandemics are even crazier. I mean, who ever imagined we'd be where we are right now? If you're not some type of conspiracy theorist, probably not you. I'll admit, I love a good conspiracy theory every now and then, but I never dreamed half of the stuff that's going on right now was a possibility. After all, I thought The Handmaid's Tale was just supposed to be futuristic fantasy entertainment. But here we are, smack dab in the middle of a pandemic, and people are freaking out. Some are freaking out because they're afraid of catching the virus, while others are freaking out because they're afraid of their lives as they've known them starting to fall apart. No matter which stance you take, times are stressful right now for most of us. Want to know what else is stressful? Adding intermittent fasting to your fat burning routine. Purposely forcing yourself not to eat when all your brain wants to do is eat can create a stressful situation. In fact, the whole reason intermittent fasting helps us burn fat is because it's a stressor on your body. Putting some stress on your body is a good thing since it will help you adapt. But if you're already a big old ball of stress from life events, now isn't a great time to stack stress on top of stress like adding intermittent fasting could do. Whenever you're in a state of stress, your cortisol spikes. When cortisol is spiked, you're not burning fat. So even if you're purposely eating less through a fasting routine, if you're super stressed out and then you stress your body out even more by forcing fasting, you won't accomplish your end goal of burning fat. To summarize, 2 great reasons to add intermittent fasting right now is to save money and boost immune health. But if you're too stressed out with life, wait to add fasting until life is calmer. If fasting is already part of your day and you want to wrap up your progress even more, you can check out my Filthy Fast. It's a plan I created while trimming down for my People magazine photo shoot. I needed to trim down quickly since more than 7 million people were about to see me in a bathing suit. And that's a pretty motivating reason to trim down, so you know the plan works. You can get that plan at eatingfatisthenewskinny.com/filthyfastplan. I'll drop that link in the comments as well. This week on Chat the Fat, I answer even more intermittent fasting questions. So if you can't get enough about intermittent fasting, you can listen to it at chatthefat.com/episode 54. Let's chat again next week about weight loss stalls.